Okay, another thing that I wanted to talk about was this girl online, on Twitter. And as you know, there's a lot of people from around the world that's covering the songs of BTS. And, uh, that's not surprising. They are top stars. They are just like a lot of people are covering the songs of Beyonce and Taylor Swift, everybody, right? If you're a global popular star, people are gonna cover your songs. And so, um, the one benefit that we have in this day and age is that we can see them now. Because it used to be that someone's covering a song of an artist in Korea and we won't know about it because unless we're in Korea, um, but because of internet, we're able to access all this stuff that are being published or broadcasted in other countries. And so this guy, Darren Espanto, is a singer from the Philippines, and is a not just a good singer; he's a great singer. Not just, and I don't say that lightly. I think I've mentioned several times in the past that in the Philippines, singing is a given. Like you have to sing. That's a requirement for being a Filipino. Before they give you a passport, they make you sing. Or anybody that was born, when you get to the age of 2, they make you sing. And then if you don't pass, then they just return you to the womb and then they reprocess you until. Okay, of course I'm kidding. So everybody sings. That's a given. So as I've said, if you're a professional singer, there's a level of expectation. Like you're probably in the 1% of the country in terms of resonance, in terms of control, because everybody sings. And Darren is one of them. He is a great singer, so great that he actually covered when he was like a teenager. He covered um, Chandelier of Sia, and he covered it higher. So he pushed the note higher, and he can still belt it out. However, he's a balladeer. Okay, he's a great singer, but he is a balladeer. So however, great artists, they like expanding, they like evolving, and one of the things that he's trying his hand on, I guess his body on, is to also sing while they are dancing. And so him and two other singers from the Philippines covered Mona Lisa. So, uh, and it wasn't the best cover. So, a lot of the one of the things that we often neglect to mention or consider is just how difficult it is. So this is him covering the song. Sorry. So I think one of the things that Darren Espanto is the name, Lily, and he's from the Philippines. I think one of the things that we fail to consider is that BTS BTS's songs aren't the easiest to sing, especially not while you're dancing. And I did not put the audio on because YouTube is gonna block me. But you can search on. I'll post it on Patreon so that you can hear the entire thing. And I caught their watermark. I did that intentionally because I don't want people to go to their Twitter to gang up on them. We're over this, so and we're just talking about the lessons, not as we have to let it go, but let's learn from it. So okay, so one of the things that we need to understand is that BTS songs aren't the easiest to cover. They're not the easiest to sing. But because BTS has been training for them and rehearsing the songs for months on end, it looks very, very easy for them. And it is also um, very fit for them, right? Because these songs were written for them. Okay, And one of the things that BTS members are really, really good at is breath control. And it's so easy to sort of just let it pass, like it's because we know that the BTS has been consistently criticized for their vocal, that they aren't good singers, and that their vocal ability is actually not well recognized, even though it should be well recognized. Because as I've said, their songs are some of the hardest to sing. Okay. Also, that number two, they rehearse this for months on end. So they and then third is that because they've been singing these types of songs for years now, for them it is easier. The only time we realize how hard this songs to sing, how hard it is to sing these songs, is when someone actually tries to cover it, because then we know, oh, you can't do it the way that they're doing it. So that is what happened to Darren Espanto and these two other singers from the Philippines. They are singing a song while dancing, and both aren't easy. The routine is not easy, and the song isn't easy. Now, that is a given. And the way that I've communicated it, I am not insulting them, because I am providing a way for them on how to improve their performance. That's constructive criticism. And that is one way for us to be able to constructively criticize people when they are, or their performance, their songs, or their material in general. But what this girl did was just plainly insult this voice. Okay. So what she said is, dare I say, people who can't sing should stop covering his songs seriously. I intentionally took out the name because I don't want people to go to her page, to whatever, as I've said, I think I intentionally didn't talk about it last Monday because, emotions were high and I think it died down a little. I just want us to learn from it. So that's what she said. Dare I say, people who can sing should stop covering his songs seriously. And then a clip of the video. And this is an insult, because you're essentially saying to somebody that you suck, and you're not providing people a way, you're not giving them a way to improve. Like, you're not giving them pointers on how to improve. Okay. So the singer, Darren Espanto, actually replied to her and said, I blocked out the name because, again, I don't want to invite people to. Oh, I wasn't able to block out the name. That's okay. All right. So Darren Espanto actually responded and said, maybe you can check out some of my other performances. And the one thing that I can't take is when people are actually saying that I can't sing, because he can sing. He's a balladeer, but he can sing. So let us always remember that getting songs covered in other countries help in promoting the song and the artist. And no, um, just because they are popular doesn't mean that we should stop promoting their songs. Just because BTS members and their songs are popular does not mean we should stop promoting. We should continue to do our best to promote them. And one of the best ways to promote them is to actually encourage people to cover their songs. I mean, we when you capture when a singer from another country performs BTS songs, most likely they have fans that don't know this, that aren't fans of BTS, that could become fans. Check the song and the artist out, and they could become fans. And then just getting the name out, right? So we should do the exact opposite of what that woman did. We should actually get songs. We should try and promote getting BTS songs covered, because that will help in promoting them. And also, when their songs are covered, they actually get paid for that. So we're not just promoting them; we're also contributing to their income, right? Okay, so let's not discourage people from covering them. And when fans keep on bashing them for covering BTS, that's not going to encourage the singers to cover the songs of BTS. Next, I know the intention. She was trying to praise BTS, and that's good that you're trying to praise BTS, that you're trying to highlight how how good they are as singers and how underrated they are as singers. But we can praise someone without putting someone else down, right? And I always follow the 2:1 rule. If I'm going to criticize somebody, I'm going to praise you twice for every criticism that I give. And there's a lot of ways to praise that man. You can check out some of the other songs that he has done and actually say, hey, you're great at this. BTS has a song, Truth Untold, Youth. Like, why don't you cover these songs? Because I think it's going to be great. You will do those songs justice. As for this one, I think you just need to work on your breath control. Maybe run on the treadmill a little while you're singing until you get your breathing under control. So we can praise others without having to put anyone else down. And we can certainly constructively criticize somebody without having to insult them. Okay, next. Um, we know that that person is not constructively criticizing somebody because you can't build on what she said, right? She just said, don't cover. And that there's no way to improve. You did not give me a tip on how I can actually improve. If it is not constructive criticism, it's actually bullying. And this is where it starts. When initially it's just words, and these celebrities have actually gone through so much already in their life to get to where they are. It doesn't help if we're going to throw insults like it's a confetti. We have to be very careful the way we want others to be careful when they criticize us. Okay. It is publicity for him, good or bad, correct. It does not, however, give us the license to do it, just so we could give him publicity. Um, so I don't think this is about praising BTS. In retrospect, I think she just wanted to insult people. Because if it is about praising BTS, there's a whole lot of other ways she could have done it without having to insult somebody. And it isn't because he's Filipino and I'm Filipino. It has nothing to do with that. I would have said the same thing if Darren is from Malaysia or Indonesia. It's just not how you praise. And I don't think BTS would tolerate this. I don't think um, they would be happy that their fans are doing this to people that are covering their songs. Um, Also, so as I was saying earlier, singing is one thing, and then singing while dancing is another. And we have to understand that not everyone has the skill to actually sing and dance, and not everyone has actually honed their skill to sing and to dance at the same time. So let's be mindful of it when other people are trying to cover the songs of BTS. That the breathing might not be under control. Maybe they aren't as great dancers as BTS because God knows how great BTS is as dancers. Okay, next. All songs of Jungkook sung by other artists, I downloaded and add them to my playlist. Okay, bring light into the entertainment industry of other countries. So Bangalore has a good question. So bring light into the one of the things that I wished would have happened was to have a conversation around people who are trying to cover songs of BTS, right? The truth is that in the Philippines, we don't have the most sophisticated equipment, and we certainly don't have the most sophisticated process when it comes to TV. So this is a variety show where they perform, and this singers, these entertainers, and these performers are given like 1, 2, 3 rehearsals, and then you're onto the stage, which is not how you deliver the best performance. And add to that the horrible sounds. Like our sound system is just bad. That's why it's so rare to find, even though the country is littered with good singers, it's so rare to find great covers because just the sound system is really bad. And then it doesn't help that these programs, these TV programs and TV stations and entertainment companies aren't investing on a good sound system in order to highlight the voices of singers. But instead of bringing to light conversations like that, we're just insulting people, right? Um, okay, Bang Luna has a question. So why do we think she's an army? A genuine question because she claimed to be an army, and she in all fairness to her, she's actually been like very faithful in posting about BTS. But I wouldn't say that she's living the values of BTS because I don't think BTS would have done something like that. I'm pretty sure that for BTS, anybody who covers their songs, anybody who tries to imitate them, they'd be happy for that. Yeah, so the other thing is that, as I've said, these singers in the Philippines, no matter how great they are, they're given one, two, three rehearsals and then they're off the stage. And that's just not how you do a song and dance performance. Maybe if you're just gonna sit down and there's a live band, you can do one, two, three rehearsals. But then a full performance, you know, she's not a good army, that's for sure. That is for sure, yeah. Okay, so if you want, I saw Darren performance and it wasn't the best. Darren didn't take the commentary very well. Pumatol meaning he responded. These are the who saw there these are the who saw his performance the first time and didn't like it at face value. Okay. Okay, so I hope that we can learn from it. Give me 1 second here. Okay, here maybe I'm trying to shift to. Okay, so I hope that we can learn from it, and I hope we don't do that again. In all fairness to some armies, there were some who responded to her post on X. She did it on X, and there were some armies who responded to her post and was like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, this is not how you talk to a human being." I do agree that bad or good, it's still publicity for him, but at the end of the day, that guy is still a human being. He's a performer, and he's very, very young. So I think if we can, let's try to make it a positive one. I remember there was this other singer from the Philippines, Stel, and he is a member of the boy band SB19. And David Foster, on the spot, asked him to sing All by Myself, which we know is one of the hardest songs to sing. And the original and that rendition was actually the version that David Foster asked him to sing was that of Celine Dion. So that is a very, very difficult song to sing. And he was going to open the show of David Foster, but instead of just opening David Foster, just pulled up the music sheet and he was like, "Do you want to sing this song?" So um, during the rehearsal, you can see he was nervous. I mean, who wouldn't be, right? So he sang it on the spot and he did well enough for David Foster. Good night, Phaedra. For David Foster to actually ask him to sing the song during the performance itself, which he did, and he nailed it. And so people were like, so I was so impressed. I mean, SB19 is my favorite Filipino boy band, but I was still so impressed with what he did because he actually did it higher than the version of Celine Dion, and he nailed it. And that caused other people to search for his other performances, how good he is as a singer. I mean, that's the kind of publicity that we want, right? To give people. That's the kind of flower that we want to give them, not this kind. So I hope that just as an army, we can highlight how good BTS is in their singing. Now that we know, and that is getting highlighted, how difficult it is to actually control your breathing, to be in control of your voice, and for them to be able to do these things while they are dancing, that gives you an idea on the amount of control that they have over their voice. And we can highlight that without actually insulting anybody. So that I intentionally didn't show the actual performance because, as I've said, I'm going to get blocked by YouTube. So um, if you have nothing to say, just stay quiet. Bottom line. Okay. Even BTS can't always sing their own songs after a long time. Also, other than the solo songs, they only sing their parts in their songs, not the whole thing. Yes. But for this one, because he covered Mona Lisa, the three of them actually covered Mona Lisa. And J Hope sings that alone, as you know. But I think the bottom line is that I mean, singing and dancing at the same time is hard. It's really hard. It's just that BTS has been doing it for 10 years, 12 years, 13 years. So, of course, they're going to be good at it. It's almost involuntary. You can do it every day, you're going to improve at it. Of course. So, it's just that people don't recognize just how difficult what they're doing is. But again, we can do that. We can highlight all of that without having to insult anybody. And if you can search for him, Darren Espanto is the name. And you'll see how good he is as a singer. He's really good, but he's more into ballads. But he's trying his hand in in upbeat songs.